Good morning. After the France trip, I'm now in the lakes, and you just make out Mark in the distance there, trick of the trail. Met up for a few days, just 2 or 3 days, a little circular hike in the lakes. Didn't film yesterday, we set off late yesterday afternoon, about 5 p.m. from Langdale's campsite. It was quite misty, just got more misty and foggy the higher we went, a little bit rainy as well. But this morning is pretty nice so far. We just struggled to find a camp spot last night. It was gone 8 o'clock until we found somewhere to pitch, probably more like 9 o'clock, and we just got pitched up next to this little tarn here. It didn't look too nice last night, to be honest with you. We couldn't see a great deal at all, but this morning it's absolutely stunning. It's amazing views. So again, I've got the double rainbow, double wall ultra with me. Mark has been a very naughty boy, and he's been out and bought himself a Bonfus Middus 2-person. It's a terrible tent, and I don't think you should buy one at all. No, it's got a huge footprint, but the vestibule in there, he's got a 1-person inner inside that, and the vestibule in there is massive. It's great. Yeah, open your tent up, Mark, and let us see inside it. Look at that, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely huge. So yeah, quite jealous of Mark this morning with his palace. So we're camped just below the ridgeline down here, not about 30-second walk down there. It's nice and sheltered. It's a little bit exposed on this ridge here, but wait till you cop a load of this. Is that nice, or is that nice? I've not seen one as good as that for a very long time. It's pretty epic, is that? You can actually see quite a bit of the view that it was hiding, and you can also see just how big the cloud inversion has been as well. It's still happening right in the distance there, but down in the valley below us here has been quite a bit cleared. So you do get a sense of the landscape. It's a beautiful view, it really is. So the sun's gone in, not quite as warm as it was, it's still quite nice, it's nice hiking weather. We've just come down from the top of here, which doesn't look too bad when you're down here, but believe me, that was, it was pretty taxing. Real loose, steep paths, really difficult to navigate as well. The path wasn't even marked on the map, even though there was cairns marking it every now and then. Come into this bottom of this valley, Pretty little waterfall, little stream running through it. There's quite a few people around. It's obviously a popular area, and that is what we are due to be going up. This thing here, Great Gable, I believe it is. Great Gable, yep. So yeah, that looks like should be fun. Alright, so it's just before 4 p.m. That you see in the centre of the screen there is where we came from this morning. Top of that summit, came all the way down into the bottom of the valley there. And then we've just come up, forgotten the name of it now. Great Gable is what I'm stood on the peak of at the moment. Clouds coming back through a little bit. Still a nice view though, down all these valleys. Really nice. Taken about 40 minutes to climb Great Gable, which I'm quite impressed with, to be honest with you. It looked really imposing, but it actually wasn't too bad. But yeah, very nice. And now we're headed that direction, I think. Well, that didn't go really according to plan. From a distance, the plateau looked really green and grassy. So when we got here, not many flat spots at all. We spent a good amount of time wandering around looking. So we've got the best two places we could find. We've got the tents next to each other. Mark is just setting his up there. There's his hand. It's quite nice. There's a little bit of rain coming down, but it's quite nice because it's coming from behind us. So I've got the porch mode set up on the tent, as you can see, and I really, really do love this feature of this tent. It's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I am going to unpack my bag and probably start that hot chocolate that I was talking about earlier. Good morning, everyone. The weather forecast seems to be changing by the hour. We did get quite a bit of rain last night, but nothing like what was predicted. A little bit of breeze, but not a great deal. It is quite overcast and cloudy, but the views are still pretty nice. So yeah, it's probably about, what time is it? It's 7:30, later than I thought actually. And as I say, we'll be heading down the valley there at some point today. This is the Bonfus Middus? Middus 2p. So Mark's got the one person inner in there, and then look at all the porch space he's got. If anybody is interested to see how Mark's getting on with it and what he thinks of it, I'm sure that at some point there'll be a video about it on his channel. So if you're not subscribed already, go over and have a look. It's a trick of the trail, and he's got some nice review videos on there. He thinks it's better than it is, but it's actually, yeah, it's all right. He did just pass 1,000 subscribers, so he's doing something right. Congratulations, Mark. Well, we're all packed up. It's only taken us roughly 3 hours to do so. It's been a nice and leisurely camp this evening, or last evening, and a nice relaxed pack away. Had a bit of rain this morning, just a couple of little showers, nothing too bad. It's this cloud that's been pretty impressive, and it's been really cool to watch. I don't know if you'll be able to make out the blue shirt of Mark just heading down the last part of the descent there off the top of that mountain. It's quite steep in places, quite a few big drops, very, very loose underfoot, which made it quite difficult to negotiate. And then just around where Mark is now, it turns into like just a scree slope, so you're kind of surfing down it. At present, we are starting our climb up Scafell Pike, England's tallest mountain, according to the blurb at the shop, near the Wasdale Head Inn, or Wasdale Head, not sure which. That's where we stopped for some food, a nice burger. You might just be able to make it out. The big white building down in the centre shot there, the foot of the valley. Popular old place. And I'll be honest with you, the food was really nice as well. The chips especially were very, very delicious. Welcome to England's highest mountain, Scafell Pike. I think on the map it said 978 metres. For some unknown reason there is a seagull down there, just chilling out on the rock that you can probably see. I think he's maybe a bit lost, or she. But yeah, unfortunately there's a lot of cloud and you can't see anything in any direction. It's also very windy, quite chilly. Mark's knee is hurting quite badly, so it's a very quick stop for us and back down again to find somewhere to put our canvas homes for the night. Quite a nice walk up, even though there were pockets of areas where the cloud was breaking. And it was quite a nice walk up, to be honest. Just the last little section, the last sort of 3/4 of a kilometre were pretty dicey. So this is the first thing we've been able to see for probably a good 2 or 3 hours, I would say at least. We've been in the cloud cover. We've actually dropped now just out of it on this path, kind of into this little valley, and we can see scenery again. It's great. It just literally just cleared up out of nowhere. We're kind of on our way back now. This is the trail heading back to the campsite, but we're looking for one last wild camp spot tonight, just after 8 p.m, so it's getting on in time a little bit. And just over the brow of this hill here, there's a little tarn which we're kind of headed for. Although, looking at it, that little hill might be quite a nice place to camp if we can find somewhere. Anyway, no doubt we shall find somewhere to put the tents for the night, hopefully, with a little bit of a view. Good evening. So it's probably somewhere, what time is it, Mark? It's about 9 o'clock? Oh, it's 20 to 10. Still quite a lot of light around. We've found somewhere to pitch, but it's pretty breezy, to say the least. This is the view that we are pitched looking at. And if you don't believe me, there you go. There's the tents again, side by side. Taking the breeze. Mark's is performing fantastically well. That tent of yours is ridiculously sturdy in the wind. Yeah, when the porch is closed up and it's all pegged out, that thing is ridiculously sturdy. Good morning, everybody. It's about just after 6 a.m. Been up since probably about 4. Not planned to, but there you go. That's what happens when you're camping and it's very light outside. Got very cold last night as well when we were sat talking. Probably about 11 o'clock. I lost track of time because it was late when we got set up again. So seems to be making a habit of that. But we've been taking that many pictures and time lapses of the sunrise this morning that I almost forgot to film. So yeah, that's probably the Little Lakes adventure over for the most part. We've just got to just head across that little bit of valley there and then cross over and down Stake Pass into the valley below, and then that's just a nice easy walk back to the campsite and the vehicles and civilization. Been pretty enjoyable, Mark, wouldn't you say?